Hey, it's another week, another recipe, and today we are practicing a thrifty habit of not wasting bananas by trying out the original recipe that put banana bread on the American table. Come join me. Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Courtney Morris and I cook history's forgotten recipes out of random cookbooks I find and sometimes websites. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you join our little community by hitting the little subscribe button. And if you're coming back for more, thank you for joining me once again. I hope you have a good time. All right, let's dive in. All right, so when it comes to recipes and which ones I want to video and to share with you guys, usually it falls into a couple categories of, oh, that looks disgusting, that looks really good, or I've got a lot of dead bananas that I need to do something with. So that's what today's is. Now, all right, so now if you know me, you will know that bananas are not my jam. They're a fruit that should not exist unless it's banana bread. And so I was really trying to figure out maybe stepping out of my comfort zone, and I kind of want to make a banana blancmange just to be able to say that I did, but then I probably wouldn't eat it, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll get brave and pull in my big girl panties. However, the problem I have with a lot of the other banana recipes is you need just regular ripe bananas, and these are very overripe, and the only thing that you can do is make breads with them and soup. Banana bread it is. However, I found the original Chiquita Banana bread. Chiquita Bananas kind of had the monopoly in the 50s for banana production, and even though banana and banana bread and desserts and stuff have been around for quite a long time, the 1950s was the era of print marketing from flour companies and baking powder companies trying to push their products with recipes. And a lot of these recipes are kind of like you really had to just create something just to put in a magazine, didn't you? But Chiquita Banana is credited with creating the American banana bread that we know today. However, they are also the people who brought us these and these. So, in that sense, we will not be doing that, because if you're gonna just want to make me puke, just give me a banana and a ham roll. And so banana bread it is, mainly because I don't want to waste these, and I will eat it. Okay, so there's really nothing amazing about this recipe. It is pretty much your standard baseline banana bread recipe. Now I have one that I have created over the years, but it's got a lot of sugar in it and a lot of like other things like mayonnaise and potato flour, and it's more of a cake, kind of like how Costco muffins aren't really muffins, they're actually cake. It's kind of that category of, I'm gonna call it banana bread so I feel better when I eat it, but dang, it's good. So I actually haven't had a banana bread that's actually a bread for years. I just keep making mine because I like sugar. So we need to take 1/3 of a cup of shortening, and it's 5 1/3 tablespoons. All right, so now I'm supposed to, well, I need to go thaw this out and not make it liquid because it's supposed to be creamy and glossy. So I managed to not melt it, which deserves applause, because if you've watched any of my other videos on thawing out butter or shortening, it becomes a liquid. So please clap for me on your. Okay, so I'm supposed to beat that, and okay, I'm not sure about creamy and glossy, but it sure looks like it just coated the inside of my bowl. So we're just gonna stop there. That took a whole like 5 seconds. Now, by this time, 1950s, there were handheld mixers, so I could have used my mixer, but I mean, that's not that much. It'll be fine. Anyways, 2/3 cups of sugar, and beat until fluffy. All right, now I'm not sure what light and fluffy in this sense means, but it's definitely sugary. Okay, so then we need to add 2 eggs, slightly beaten until thick. All right, so it is a nice pale yellow, mixed smooth, and now we can add the rest of the ingredients. And then 1 3/4 cup of flour. Okay, well, according to this, I was supposed to alternate flour and bananas, but I'm really good at reading recipes. Oh well. Almost dead bananas are perfect for this. They are so overripe and so sweet, it really adds to the flavor. You can make banana bread with regular bananas, no problem, but you're definitely going to get a sweeter taste out of it. You can use the bruises too, even if they are rather large. And then you don't have to feel bad about wasting bananas. So we are going to mush this together. There is no liquid in this recipe. The banana and the egg make the moisture content. So if you see, we went from dry to nice and moist, and definitely bread dough. Half teaspoon of salt and 2 3/4 teaspoons of baking powder. So a couple notes while we're mixing this part in is, number one, a second baking powder hits liquid, it starts activating. And therefore, if you want the best rise out of it, don't overwork it and don't let it sit, because it'll activate and start working in your bowl. And then by the time, if you wait too long, by the time you take it to your oven, it's not going to be as effective. It'll still give rise, but it won't be as effective. The other part is when you're putting in your flour, a lot of people mess this part up in cakes and in quick breads, is packing down the flour, like making it, like it's using too much flour inadvertently. If it says a cup, make it a loose cup, not a packed down, like brown sugar packed down cup, because the more flour you put in, even the smallest amount, will give it a more dense texture. Okay, I'm just going to use an 8x4 pan like the recipe says. Now, my original recipe that I have created, I just got disgusted at how it's not cooking in the middle, so I made it a sheet cake and put it in a 9x13, and I mean, it's cake, it really is. Let's just face it, but it's good. So I am going to butter the sides, and I love my parchment paper for the bottom. This one I've used once before. You can use them up to 3 times, and they're perfectly fine. The banana smell always kind of gets to me. It just still makes me a little nauseous here and there, and I used to like them as kids. We used to eat them frozen and all the time. So I'm just smoothing it around the edges, making sure it doesn't creep up too high, everything's even. And it doesn't say to top it with brown sugar or cinnamon or anything like that. So I'm just gonna make sure it's even. So now it's going in the oven at 350 degrees for about an hour-ish, and I'm gonna kind of keep an eye on it. Now this is like the basic of basic banana bread recipes I think I've ever seen. Because honestly, where's the walnuts, where's the nutmeg, where's the cinnamon, where's the brown sugar, where's the icing? I mean, it smells like banana bread. I will give it that. It smells like banana bread, and that's what we're after. So I'm gonna go cook this, and we'll see you back in a bit. All right, it is done. It's still warm, and yes, I know you're supposed to wait until bread is cooled off, but I can't, and I'm sorry. That's just me. Anyways, it smells great. It smells and looks like a banana loaf bread. It does. There's nothing wrong with it. Now, all right, now before we cut into it, a little word about knives. These serrated ones are for like your sourdoughs, your hard, crusty ones that have a kind of coarse crumb anyway, because serrated edge will tear up all your crumbs. So just because you have a loaf of bread doesn't mean you need a bread knife for it, especially sandwich bread. But quick breads, sandwich breads, use a sharp, non-serrated, because then you get nice, smooth cuts and it looks lovely. So I'm going to cut into this. Oh, it smells so good. I do love a good banana bread. So hand-rolled bananas and banana scallops aside, Chiquita Banana did a very good job with a very basic banana bread recipe. It is a banana bread. It's a very basic banana bread. There's nothing wrong with it. There really is nothing intrinsically wrong with it. It is light, it's not dense, and also I attribute that to not over-flouring the recipe. It's got that wonderful banana flavor that you're looking for. It's just lacking that oomph, you know, like when you add a little nutmeg, or you add like the walnuts in it or something like that, or I mean caramel dripping on the top. Wouldn't be me if I wasn't modifying something. We are going to make a spice butter, and there's no measurements to this. This is all by taste. Let's start with butter and brown sugar. I'm gonna add a teeny bit of vanilla, I'm gonna add a slight bit of ginger. Not too much, otherwise it's gonna be gingery. Nutmeg and cinnamon. Let's stick that on. See how that does. That takes it from basic to extra in about 2.5 seconds. That's, now I'm happy with banana bread, like really happy. 5 out of 5. It's a great recipe, and So basic that you can add and modify probably just as much as you wanted to. All right, would I make this again? Yes, if I didn't have my other recipe. What a great way to kick off the fall season on this channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you are still watching, I really appreciate your support. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, join the community. It is growing and it is awesome, and I am loving talking with you guys. Please leave me a comment or a recipe if you'd like me to try something out for you. Those are always fun. And if you haven't already, please click the little bell notification. It'll let you know every time I upload, which so far is every Monday, the new historical experiment. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm show the channel to more and more people so we can help grow this community. And it also kind of gives me a good idea of what kind of content you guys like, what kind of recipes you guys are wanting to see. Thanks for hanging out in my kitchen today with me. I am always honored that you took a little bit of time out of your day to come hang out with me. If you need something else to watch before next Monday, go ahead and check this one out. It was so good. Totally worth a watch, totally worth a make. Let me know if you do make any of these recipes. It's always fun to hear if you do. All right, I will see you next Monday with a new historical recipe. That might be more exciting than this, but honestly, you can't get more cozy than a loaf of banana bread. All right, I'll see you next week. Have a great one. See you later. Bye.